countdown on the big clock for this one to get underway at the MCG. Winner to play Sydney next weekend at this ground. Vince.
Look at Cyril straight in. That's why he made the All-Australian team. I reckon it's his pressure that he puts on as much as anything, Cyril Rioli.
Averages, I think, 9 tackles a game, Richo.
He does.
Vince off hands. There's, I think, my Brownlow favourite, Mitchell. Couldn't believe he wasn't in the All-Australian. Puopolo here. Tackled by Dowdy, went without it. Birchall, Sewell, and now Mitchell again. Such a dynamic, multi-skilled little player. Vince went past the ball. Now Gunston, who's a vital link in the Hawthorn setup. Dangerfield and Thompson combine. Sewell, rough head on the leads, got it.
Yeah, they created some great space there. Hawthorn allowed Ruff to run in without anyone dropping back, and they'll be disappointed with their defensive structure there. Interestingly, he pushed up and was third man up in the first ruck contest, so I think we'll see him do that a bit, try and work Jacobs over and then get back and get on the scoreboard.
He's got the feeling in the tail of this ball, just a tiny little bit of left to right. There's barely minimal breeze here at the MCG today. Rough head, there it is, just starting to work its way back. Tiny little bit, not enough.
Just wouldn't quite come back, BT. Hey, Lingy, what, any midfield matchups you can see early?
Yeah, Richo, Matthew Wright's gone straight to Sammy Mitchell, so he'll have the job tagging him. And I would love if this matchup continues for the game. Cyril Rioli v Paddy Dangerfield. They've gone to each other in the opening seconds. Please play on each other for the rest of the game. That's an amazing matchup.
No, indeed it is. Looking out wide, looking for Jacobs and Tippett. Got the ladder.
Now, that's a great start for Tippett. He hasn't been in good form. They really need him to fire today. And if he can start clunking a couple confidence builds, they really need him.
Poor kick. Gibson able to get back and just pluck off as he does so brilliantly.
Just a little bit sore, Josh Gibson. You can see bottom left of your screen there. His right shoulder.
Oh, boy.
Jeez, he looks sore.
He does. It happened right in front of Dr. Peter Larkins. What do you think down there, Doc?
I think when he reached overhead, he's got some troubles. He's got pain in the back of the shoulder. Not his bad one, but I think he's just given a little bit of a tweak. He's going to try and stay out.
Maybe a stinger, Doc?
I think it probably is, Brian, at the posterior stinger at the back.
OK, watch him closely, but just went for a simple marking contest. Showmakers at the back. The punch in front from Stratton was OK. Murphy, the man that came in for the absence of Hodge. Here is Gibson. He'll be tested now. He was. Birchall, left footer. Little handball. Sewell gives it to another left footer. Advantage paid. Mitchell takes him on. Thought about the outside handball. Got it off. Here's Birchall to finish it off on the left.
She's a good player now, Grant Birchall. He just continues to run and link up from half-back. Here's Gibson. Just a little elbow, sort of the back of his shoulder there. It didn't look like much.
No, it didn't. Minimal contact. Thompson, one of the Brownlow favourites. So is this man here. He'll pole a lot of threes as well, but that's the furthest thing from his mind at the moment. Tippett.
That's what you love about the way that Dangerfield plays. You just saw that his instinct straight away is to take the game on at every opportunity. They've got to be bold here, the Adelaide Crows, if they're going to upset the premiership favourite.
They've already rolled Gibson over onto Tippett. Showmakers has got Walker now.
Suckling, the kicker of all kickers out there. Lewis gone off the mark, so the umpire said play on. And I think even Paddy could believe it. Cyril, Sloan all over him, not before he got the handball off to Proust. Around Dowdy, very easy. Smith now, driving ball, top of the square. Rough hit again, he had it covered. Eats it up, little snap around the corner. Young misses.
It is one of the real worries coming into this game, is the key defensive matchups for the Adelaide Crows against Roughhead, against Franklin, against Gunston. Daniel Talia, the Nat Rising star, obviously not playing their best defensive player. So it's going to be inexperienced defenders trying to get the job done. That was Luke Thompson there on Roughhead, only played 14 games.
Yeah, he struggled early on Chris Mayne last week, young Thompson.
Sure why Ruffy dropped the head there. The defender was nowhere near him. Just a bit of inferred pressure. Here's Rutten, and Richo's spoken about his brilliant job on Pavlich last week.
Adelaide rolled the porpoise off the ground pretty early and brought Petrenko on. Murphy's picking him up.
Walker, the knockdown to Van Berlo. Cannon into Roughhead. Now Burgoyne over the top to Young. He's got a long left. Buddy's one out. Turns Rutten inside out. Ball will beat him over the line.
Gee, it was a good kick. It just went a metre too far for Buddy. He put it to the right side of the contest, but just went a metre too much.
He's an incredibly strong unit, the big truck Rutten, but the turning circle of Franklin is going to be a concern for him.
You would think he'd be able to turn him inside out, wouldn't you?
He's a lot quicker than what people give him credit for, though, the big truck. He looks awkward, but he stays with you.
And the coach, I think, said that last week in reference to the Pavlich matchup, didn't he?
Yeah, he's got an awkward style, so people think he's not running as quick as what he is.
Soccer off the ground on that occasion by Smith. Rioli, really sharp handball to Sewell. Sewell around the corner. Overhead mark. Two grabs, couldn't get it. On that occasion, Lewis. Now Adelaide need a bit of clean ball here. Otten, the inclusion, gives it to the man that can kick it by foot. The boy from Romsey here in Victoria. Brent Riley. Couple of bounces. Thought about the third. Beautiful delivery to Walker. They're on here. Petrenko to Tippett, and Tippett marks.
How good a build-up was that from Adelaide Crows, but it came on the back of a Jordan Lewis drop mark that he would take 9 times out of 10. Roughead's dropped one that he would normally take. Shot at goal previously that has been missed, and they're just mistakes you don't see. And for the Adelaide Crows, what a great result to be able to go back and punish them.
And it happens a lot, doesn't it? They've had 5 inside 50s, haven't converted the Hawks. Adelaide's first inside 50, they get a shot on goal. Already, they're rolling these two guys around. Tippett's been up the ground, then he's been inside 50, and vice versa with Walker. It looks like they're going to try and mismatch that, BT.
Monumental run-up from Kurt Tippett. 8-4 from set shots as a group last week, Adelaide. Right behind this with Tippett. Looks slightly left, and it is.
Boys, he's already doing the right thing, though, Kurt Tippett. He's taken the 3 marks. He's actually running to dangerous parts of the ground, which means the Hawks defenders have got to play on him. They can't zone off and just concentrate on Taylor Walker. He's doing a great job early on this game, Tippett.
Suckling. Looking for Hale. Otten with the punch away.
You mentioned Sam Jacobs earlier, Richard. I'm looking forward to seeing how he performs tonight. Disappointed not to make the All-Australian side. He's had a breakout season, but to stand up in a big final, he's going to be up against David Hale in Roughhead today and play the game of his life is a great opportunity for him.
How have you rated he does improved enormously?
Unbelievable to come from virtually the rookie list in the 4th in line at Carlton to then step up and virtually from nowhere be one of the dominant big men in the competition. He was rightly in the All-Australian 40. He was unlucky not to make the side, but I love his follow-up work around the ruck contest. Was that a little accidental chip there, I reckon, Bernie Vince, ground level?
Crowd of about 50,000 here, I reckon, at the moment. Maybe a few more. Vince a long way out. Top of the square. Gives Tippett an opportunity to run at the ball and jump at it. And it's a big body to get around.
This is a great sign, as Cameron Ling was just saying. But if you watch that, when we have another look at it here, there's Schoenmakers on Tippett. 1 out. There's no Gibson because Walker is keeping Gibson honest behind him. Now, Gibson is not going to come off Tex Walker, so they've got to win here early.
Soft body contest, wasn't it, with Schoenmakers there?
Well, he needs third man in support, but Gibson's not going to be able to do that playing on big Tex Walker.
Tippett, this time from about 25 metres out. Comes in, first goal on offer, Adelaide get the start.
And that is a sensational start for the Adelaide Crows. And the key player that you want to find form today, if you could pick one, you would say Kurt Tippett. And he has started sensationally, taking marks, putting Ryan Schoenmakers under a bit of pressure here. And now he goes and takes a turn in the ruck. As you said, Richo, Walker's keeping Gibson busy, and Kurt Tippett looks dangerous.
There it is. And he's happy. He's been under scrutiny. He's been out with the concussions and a couple of quietish games coming in. He knows he needs to have a big night.
Rough head to Lewis. Off the back of the square. Normally someone there for Hawthorn, not this time. Went hard, poor pleasure. Thompson now out the side to Henderson. Around the corner, bending back. Henderson got all of it.
What a start here for the Adelaide Crows as Alistair Clarkson just takes a little sip of the water and a deep breath. And if you had have asked one player that you would want to start this game well for Adelaide, if they are to pull off a massive upset, it's Kurt Tippett. He's kicked the first goal and taken 4 marks. That attack on the ball from Paul Pleasure is just sensational. It's what Brett Sanderson's brought to the team. Richo hit it hard, sets the standard for the side. They get rewarded with a goal and a really nice start to this big final.
They play pretty simple footy, the Crows. They kick the ball long. They love the contested possession. They don't mind going to contest. They back themselves in to win them, and this is a great start. They've made the most of their opportunities. 3 scoring shots, 3 inside 50s.
Obvious statement, but enormous amount of strategy gone this game. You can see each move means something to every player on the ground at the moment. They know their specific jobs. Birchall, short to Lewis.
Stratton summed that up really well. We're talking about Gibson, who is just about the best third man up player in the competition. He has got his hands full with Walker. They need to be able to release someone else.
Young's got the loose out there and Suckling. He's able to have a real good look. Took a little too long, but a nudge in the back, so it'll come back.
Back here.
To Suckling.
Push as he kicked. Time back on.
Now the handball's away. Once again, Young from 55 metres out. Gee, that's a magnificent kick from Young. Hawthorn answer.
Well, you don't want him getting the ball in that situation. If he gets a handball received, Clinton Young, anywhere within 65 metres of goal, he's got a deadly left foot on him. They'll be disappointed with that, Adelaide. You cannot let him get handballs around there and kick goals from outside 50. What a beautiful finisher. Him and Isaac Smith really provide that outside run for the Hawthorn side. He's a crucial inclusion.
They are just a scoring machine, this Hawthorn forward line. You've got Franklin down there who can kick it back. Ruffett can kick it back. Gunston's an incredibly improved player. Piopolo floating through that part of the ground. Luke Bruce, I rate really highly. It is such a dangerous, powerful forward line.
Beautiful clearance there by Rioli. To Piopolo. Bruce got crunched in a big tackle from Rutten. Really heavy tackle. Now Sewell is carried over the line by Wright. And have a look at this tackle. Rutten, bang, got him. Gee, did well to get the handball away. Really well. Under that fierce pressure. Hale is turned around by Jacobs. Mitchell was very clever to Smith. Smith wants the left. How did Sloan not know that? Now it goes long and deep. Up there towards Buddy. Rutten in front did well. Off hands, bruised. Along the ground, gets it to Ben, not enough.
Sloan at that last stoppage there, boys, was just caught ball watching, just got sucked into the play. Young got forward of the ball. You can't allow somebody who's such a good user of the footy to get forward of the play like that. He's just too damaging. He needs to be looking around, making sure he picks them off if they come through.
How silly is that? They had to swap balls there.
Isaac Smith was on his own at that stoppage too, Ling. He had no one on him.
Yeah, they good grab by Hale there. He's a quality player, this bloke. They need to sort out some of their stuff around the play. They can't keep letting those good ball users get the footy in space.
There's Sloan. He just pulled the kick at the last minute, seeing only Gibson ahead of him and just put him off a little. Hale now, chipping ball to Franklin on the lead. Mark Payne, 60 metres out. Buddy winds up with a long kick. Won't quite get the journey. Flying for the mark, couldn't quite finish it off.
Xavier Ellis down there in the pocket, who's pushed forward BT, and as Buddy Franklin takes a rest. Interesting to see that is where they're starting Xavier Ellis, who played really, really well in their first final, has been injured, been out of the side. Great inclusion.
Fans have streamed in the last 5 or 10 minutes. Now told just about 64, 65, 66,000 in here at the moment, so could head up towards the 70 mark. Magnificent evening. Dowdy.
That's a fantastic kick back in the corridor. It's what they have to do.
Otten. McKay. McKay now sees the space out wide. Big opportunity here. Smith trying to bring it back inside, and
It was the right option, BT, from Brodie Smith, and you can see Brenton Sanderson not phased at all because the first kick out of defence was right through the corridor. It split the Hawthorn zone apart. Smith had Sloane in board, just the execution not there.
Thompson did the ruck work and the roving work. Bruce shrugged the tackle. Mitchell always good with the hands. Sewell now through traffic. Starting to spread the Adelaide defenders. Now Cyril under Downey pressure. Picks it up. Needs his man to get out of the way. Short little ball. Is the mark paid to Ellis? The umpire said play on. He deemed it hit the deck. Let's see the reaction of Ellis.
Just unselfish play by Rioli there. Oh, that was a mark. No, it just popped out.
Is he almost too unselfish sometimes, Sue? I mean, he's running 40 metres out directly in front of goal. He does the same thing, but maybe the team thinks sometimes is to kick him.
To keep going on that one, I reckon. Boys, here's Smith. This time overruns the ball under some Bruce pressure. Bruce back to Mitchell. Mitchell, a lightning kick. And 50.
Gee, have to have a look at that, BT.
So Shields, the beneficiary of the 50, will get the point-blank kick directly in front. Hawthorn will hit the front.
There was a big crowd reaction to it in the left forward pocket there. Liam Shields, and might have been David Mackay who's given away the 50-metre penalty, but we've got to look at it after the break. It's a costly one because they really had some great momentum, a great start to this game, and they just can't afford today to miss easy set shots at goal, give away undisciplined free kicks.
Consecutive goals from Hawthorn, the sharp boot of Sam Mitchell, and then that infringement after he took the mark.
It's a final. It's a big final. I don't think there was much in that.
It was actually
tried
at the
to
same
spoil
time
it,
that the ball arrived, and you're allowed to do that.
You're allowed to spoil it.
Tough call then. Lewis to the extractor. Mitchell goes in the rough head direction, both hands on the ball. Defender in Luke Thompson there, punching it away, but it goes deep again. Ellis over the back, almost got Riley under the ball, gave it to Roughhead, fumble.
He's got himself into the right spots a couple of times deep there, Xavier Ellis. Just hasn't been able to take it one grab, but looking dangerous.
It was unbelievable in the 2008 grand final. Xavier Ellis had 28 disposals. Hasn't had a good run at footy since, pretty much.
Gee, the ball given straight to Sewell, who had a snap and kicked it out of bounds in the full. He couldn't believe his luck.
Gee, they're just potent, aren't they? They're 12 inside 50s already, Hawthorn. Gee, still got a long way to go in this quarter.
12-4. Inside 50s and 2 goals apiece. Tippett. A bit of luck there, but it worked nicely for Wright. Right to Walker. Can they get something going here, Adelaide? They've got the runner Sloane out wide. The kick is really good. Sloane can steady here from 50 out to the punt road end. Wonderful transference of play from the Adelaide Crows.
Well, Clarkson, much he can do from the coach's box. That was just gut running from Sloane. He just simply spread from the back 50. Walker marked the ball through the middle, and he just outrun Puopolo, got goal side and really burst into space, and then had the ability to finish it off on the run, popping a little bit of pressure as he kicked it. Great finish, but great run.
It's a good shot from our spider cam here, Richo, of that kick into the corridor that has split the Hawthorn zone apart a couple of times. They've got to keep going that option. It's higher risk, but you just saw Walker let up, Sloane got on the outside, and they've been able to get through the Hawthorn zone quite easily a couple of times.
Adelaide back in front. Shields under pressure. Lewis picked it up, got around Henderson in the end. Couldn't advance the ball without pressure, though. Now, Young and Van Berlo go at it, and in the end, the boundary line's a good result there for the Adelaide Crows. Well done, Nathan Van Berlo.
And because the ball went into the middle, Darcy, it gave Sloane the ability to, gut run down that far wing. That is great play from the Crows.
Contested possessions, you can see the Hawks just in front there. Stratton. Right in the neutral part of the ground. Has the long striding Isaac Smith. Sends another ball forward bound. They've had inside entry 50 after 50 here, the Hawks, early in this game. Now, has he made a legitimate attempt to get rid of it there? The umpire deems yes.
Brent Riley, another Crow who's had a sensational year. They love trying to free Brent Riley up and get him to zone off because he's so creative. There's so much quality in this Hawthorn side. There's the time in forward half stats. Hawthorn with the majority of it, but the Crows on the rebound have been very dangerous.
Well, they're getting right back and clogging up that Hawthorn forward 50 and being able to outspread them on the rebound a couple of times.
Hale. Straight down to Sloane. Dowdy in traffic. He was immediately confronted.
Big job for Michael Dowdy today, isn't he? He's going to chase Silurioli everywhere he goes. Been a great player for the Adelaide Crows. Michael Dowdy, his 231st game in his prelim final.
You're not meant to do those jobs in your last couple of games, are you? You're just meant to ease out of it.
Not ideal.
Gee, they almost get the feeling like him to go another year.
It's been great last week as well.
Douglas, Victorian ball. Stratton able to pick it up, just nursed it inside brilliantly. Young was just a little fumbly and then was absolutely tackled with great ferocity. Now Henderson under pressure, but they've still got numbers. Look at them crack in. Walker and Dangerfield. You don't mind seeing your own players collide in the contest, Richo. It's a good sign.
No, that's what they've been good at all year. Dangerfield, he loves contested possession. Last week he actually couldn't get it on the outside. He had 14 or 15 contested possessions, couldn't get it on the outside last week. Had Crowley running with him.
Jacobs did really well there. Off hands, Douglas. In the middle, Sloane. Sloane on the left, no one home here, 2-on-1. Tippett's got to try and beat two here. Murphy for Hawthorn. Back in with a really good kick to Rioli.
And back into the side, Tom Murphy. Luke Hodge, the late withdrawal with illness, and Tom Murphy dropped for the prelim final last year, gets an opportunity.
Burgoyne, Franklin are free. I think it'll go to Riley here. It will, Brent Riley of Adelaide.
Let's have a look at where Brent Riley looks. You see his eyes straight through the corridor, and they go again to that part of the ground. So they really are going to try and attack through the corridor. I like it.
They love attacking from that very position, Darsh, you're right. Douglas to Dowdy, and every time they've done it, they've been successful. Gee, I would like to see him Tex get down there. It was really good play. Now Sewell on the counter. Young, Suckling. Little Gailey kick around the corner. Isaac Smith, the long running Smith over the top to Roughhead. Gives it back to Franklin on his favoured left boot. Bending back, not enough.
Gee, they went through the centre. It's high risk, high reward, but Walker just missed the target at centre-half forward, then it opened them up the other way. So you have to hit your targets if you're going to go through the middle.
Well, here they go again, Richo. They just reload and do it again now. Just one bad handball like that can set you back. Luke Thompson wide. Henderson on the end of this. 60 from home. They go long and deep. Tippett's got the body position, did well. He's too big and strong for Schoenmakers in the one-on-one.
He's monstered him a couple of times, Richo. He's an enormous man, Kurt Tippett. Schoenmakers giving away height, giving away weight. Tippett in the one-on-ones just looks too good at the moment.
Does he play on here, Das on the left, or does he go the right banana? That's the decision he's going to make.
It's a left foot snap, I reckon, for mine. Yep. Run around, open up the space.
He's over 6'6" though, and you generally don't make the right decisions at that height.
Setting up for the banana off the boot, and he's got it. It's working brilliantly for Adelaide. They've got 4 first quarter goals.
Oh, he's done it beautifully. He's gone the right foot banana, but Schoenmakers has been vulnerable one out most of the year. He's had a lot of help from Gibson, but if he gets caught one out, he can be outmarked in a contested situation, and Tippett looked far too strong and brushed him aside easily. But it's the fast ball use from Adelaide that's getting it in there and allowing the forwards to be one out.
What a start of this prelim final, the Adelaide Crows. They've come with a real attacking flair to their game. Hawthorn have had the majority of the ball in their forward half, but on the rebound, they've sliced the Hawks open on a handful of occasions, and they're getting rewarded with goals.
Gee, they look good when they get through there. Now Shields. Hawthorn with a little response here. Young was met late by Riley. Got away with it. Nicely done in the end. Paul Pleasure was involved as well. Rutten changed his decision to handball. Paul Pleasure just knew where Smith was. Somehow they keep it alive. The umpire said it was a throw. I think the umpire 120 metres away has called that. You can't even see him in the screen. But I reckon he's called it. No, he hasn't. That's a clean tap.
Is it? He looked to it, didn't I? How's that a throw?
He picked it up, and in his first attempt to pick it up, he fumbled it, and then he slapped it in midair.
Yeah.
I think it's a wrong call from an umpire a long way away. Now Tippett gets back to help out, so it's a blistering Adelaide here early on. But I tell you what, Hawthorn are in amongst it as well, make no mistake. Look at the players put their head over the ball. Thompson went in hard, really well done. Rioli came out though, left foot around the corner, just misses.
I just feel like they're starting to kick back into gear, the Hawks, and sometimes a week off this time of year, it takes you a while as a team to get your mojo back and to get rolling and get all the patterns of play going, and they definitely have started a little sluggishly, Richard.
Gee, it's an open game though, isn't it? It's just end-to-end stuff at the moment.
Replay there looked like Thompson probably should have been given a high tackle free.
Is that what it's like down there, Lengy? It just feels high tempo.
Yeah, Richard, feels very un-finals-like. It's quite open and quite quick. There's not as many contests as we're used to seeing in early games in finals.
Gee, that kick from Dangerfield had to be good because this one from Suckling is Rioli. The tap out now, picked up by Puopolo. He's waiting for someone to come. Shields very steadily goes. Almost found Gunston, the former Crow himself. Now Douglas and Thompson combined. Demanding the ball inside was Jacobs. Didn't go that way. Murphy did well to smother. A mid-air smother. Now Gunston. Handball off to Shields. A high ball goes back in, but that's not to the advantage of the Hawthorn forward in Young.
And they're away again here from half-back. It's got to get the mix right. Dangerfield's kick before wasn't the right one. Short the 50-50 isn't the go. They've still got to attack through the corridor, but you can't go when it's not on.
Stratton. Burgoyne so composed. Burgoyne to Brust.
And that kick there's not the go either. A 60-metre kick down the line because Hawthorn defenders will mop that up.
Birchall, even though tackled, still had the composure to get the handball off under enormous pressure. Kick forward. Gunston did well.
It doesn't show it on the scoreboard right now, but Hawthorn are absolutely dominating with their inside 50s. 19 inside 50s, so they've got all the play. But the worry is Adelaide have only had 8 and they've scored the 5 times.
Doubled them, been very efficient. Lingy. A lot of play in this area of the ground at the moment.
Well, they're on world record pace if they keep going in inside 50 like this. Now, eventually they will score, so they're going to have to tighten that up at quarter time, the Crows.
Adelaide by 7 points. Rutten with the tiniest of fumbles. Paul Pleasure was really good the way he fished that out. Now Walker, transfer of players complete, and they do it from the opposite side of the square. This time to Henderson. Henderson can go wider, and he finds Bernie Vince.
Just been a bit cleaner, the Adelaide Crows, by foot and by hand. We've seen fumbles from Hawthorn, as we mentioned before, the week off. It's taken them a little while to get their rhythm back here, Hawthorn.
Had to retreat because it was one-on-ones everywhere he looked. Riley, Paul Pleasure waited then. Lewis worked him under the ball without giving the free away. It was nicely done. Wright showed them all a clean set of heels. Callanan, I think it was, that got pushed into the ball. And now Otten, a little kick, missed the target. Suckling tackled by Petrenko. Ball spills loose, big chance Adelaide. Free kick Hawthorn. Under a minute remaining. Gibson. Short little kick to Shields. Contested possessions about even at the moment. Burgoyne. The bounces down the wing. Franklin tries to push off Rutten, but Rutten kept him honest.
Adelaide can consider themselves very lucky there. Cyril Rioli was all by himself in the middle of the ground. He would have almost walked that goal in.
again. Didn't quite control it. Franklin over to Puopolo. Out to the dangerous Gunston from the boundary line. Ellis has got a little bit of space but won't get there.
So that last contest with Rutten and Franklin, he is struggling to get separation off Rutten, and just shows how athletic he actually is.
So seconds left in the quarter. An entertaining first quarter it is, as Riley does the defensive thing and goes down the boundary line, and that'll just about do it, although just the throw in here with 2 seconds remaining, and been an intriguing quarter. Hawthorn looking like they should have scored more, but Adelaide incredibly efficient. Siren sounds. Adelaide impressive. First 2 of the game, last 2 of the quarter. Hawthorn got the 2 in the middle, and at quarter time Adelaide lead by 7 points. 4-1-25 to Hawthorn, 2-6-18.